Hi guys, how's it going? Captain Foley with you again today to talk about Picard again, but for the last time. So, I guess it's the last time. Picard Tom badge here. Thanks to Raymond Anders who sent that to me. Awesome. Thank you so much. All right. Hit the like button. 44 people here, 28 likes. Sorry. My pug is breathing a little heavy. She was outside running around like a goofus. She had the zoomies, and now she is a little bit out of breath. Hopefully she'll be feeling better in just a minute here. Let's see what we shall see. You're early. I'm early a lot of the time, Sleepaw. I'm very rarely late. If ever we're late, you can attribute that to Mr. Samuel Cockings. And if I am late, it's usually due to technical difficulties. I'm going to be honest. Should really put that like that, I guess. Sean T is joining the channel, the rank of Lieutenant. Welcome aboard, Lieutenant. Good to see you. Thank you so much. Enterprise G should have been a new class. Totally agree with you. What an amazing finale. Yes. And I will make it a threesome. Do you even hear yourself? Yeah. Welcome back, guys. It is time to talk Picard season finale. Not only season finale, but series finale. And yeah, this has been a good one. I am going to put in here, I'm going to do this again tonight because why not? $20 super chats to celebrate. Celebrate a great finale. Woohoo! The Last Generation probably refers to the Borg. I would imagine so, yes. Absolutely. No Eagle Moss for new ships. Well, there might be something coming in that regard, so don't worry. I am not pumped that the Titan is now the Enterprise. I'm mad about it. I am also. I was quite disappointed when that happened. I was hoping for one of Bill Cross's other designs, like the Essex class or something. Not really stoked that they renamed the Titan Enterprise, and that Seven is in fact captain. But Sean T, $2. Mother just back from hospital. Will listen if I can. Well, I hope she's okay, and thank you, Sean. Much appreciated for the super chats. Really appreciate that, so thank you. Hope your mother's doing well. With that post-credit scene, do you think we'll get a spin-off show about the new Titan T? Or Titan / Enterprise / Titan, I think you mean. Possibly. I mean, they said they left it open-ended for a reason. So we're finally done with the Borg now, right? No more Borg? I would hope so. James says, I was worried to let Deanna take the helm. Yes. This was an awesome episode. Indeed it was video awesome. Smart Smears, the season was decent, but personally liked the first half far more than the second half. So it's kind of good, kind of disappointing. Borg plot didn't grab me. Really, I much preferred the last, 2 episodes over anything else. I completely forgot about Vadic and the Changelings and the Nebula. Just too much time spent there. Not enjoying that. James Hoffman, $5. Love the shot of Riker and Picard looking up and seeing the Enterprise D above them. Beautiful shot. And the Enterprise D was a true hero ship in this episode. Yes, but it was very Star Wars Millennium Falcon. Doing the... It was very much like from the Force Awakens, where it's like going through the thing. And even the Death Star run, very, very maneuverable and very... Even that last shot where it comes up and right above them. Again, so Millennium Falcon-like. That's not even... not I don't know how I feel about that, honestly. I shouted out loud, "Oh fuck," when Deanna took the helm. She didn't take the helm. Actually, she did. She jumped at the helm station, but she was getting on transporters, which in bridge crew, that's all it is helm. Helm can't be on operations, and I realized that there could be reconfigurable panels. You can do it if you needed to, but when you saw Data's hands flying over the controls, he wasn't even using helm controls, which is just annoying to me. But small little thing. So yeah, she was jumping on the helm console to activate transporters, or to get a transporter lock. So yeah. I half expected someone to create her own collective using her nanobots to back up the. Oh, that'd be awful. Poor old dwarf snoring just out of his sword fight. Yes. So what happened to the Enterprise F? We don't know. It got decommissioned still, maybe. 99% awesome, so I don't even care about the negatives. There you go. Fleetpaw upgraded their membership to Commander. Oh, Commander Fleetpaw. Welcome aboard. General Grievous says, "Hello there, Fleetpaw." We'll see how long it takes him. All right, General Grievous. Yeah, it made the D look so small. Well, it was in the pool. It was in the pool. You know, I never thought of that. I didn't realize the D was that maneuverable. I mean, it definitely could be that maneuverable, but it just, I don't know. Something about it felt a little off. I enjoyed it. I love seeing it, but Picard should have taken the Enterprise A. It would have been way easier to fly into the cube. You're not wrong. Fleet Pass says, "Told you I would upgrade. Tired of being a lieutenant," laughing my ass off. Well, thank you very much, Fleet Pa. Much appreciated. You're going to have to tell Brett now. He's going to have to change the fleet videos again. Marco, last week's episode lifted expectations so much that my opinion of this week's was a little bit of a letdown compared to the last one. It was good, but some loose threads remain. Actually, I'm surprised. It was an hour and 2 minutes, and the main plot of the Borg and everything was wrapped up at 41 minutes. So I loved the little. There's like 15 different endings to this episode, much like the last episode of DS9. That's the thing I'm thinking of, which I liked. I liked that they kind of wrapped things up and gave you some different endings for different things, and I thought that was really good. It just kept like ending, and I thought that was great. I really enjoyed that. Holy ship cap. Gary Kaiser, the D could barely clear an asteroid field with a precision. Note TNG episode booby trap. Well, that was also because there was minimal power. There were just thrusters, so it was very much like. Bill Barkley, it was great, but for originality, they did rip off Star Wars with Palpa Queen and Death Star cube fly through. Although Diana hovering over crew scene was great, Worf snoring on the bridge was funny. Q was cherry on top, yes. Terrence Childs, there really should be a Galaxy-class starship named Intimidator. Neil Hammersmith, with regards to the Millennium Falcon reference, according to the tech manual, the Galaxy-class does not have much maneuverability based upon what we saw on the screen. George Mangrum, $20. The fat one looked fantastic in this episode. They should have renamed the D to the G. No, that would have been better. It would have been better, but I wouldn't want to see that either. The Titan. Yeah, see, there's problems with that because, let's be fair, 709 has been a commander for a year, and then she gets upgraded to captain. No problem with that. But then to also be the captain of the flagship, don't know about that. Dun, 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 dun. Every time I gotta. So thank you for the super chat. Cornelius Crew, already complaining for fuck's sakes. Not really complaining. I absolutely enjoyed this episode immensely. So, let's see. Sean T upgraded membership to Commander. Another Commander. That's awesome. We need Commanders and stuff. So thank you so much, Sean T. I'll give a 7 and Jack show a watch. Hopefully they will be lighting. They will up the lighting a bit. That would be nice. Salty Balls, the D flying over the surface of the cube reminded me of the E flying over the solar harvester in Insurrection. Ah, yes, very much so. Olivia Julius gifted 1 Trekyards membership. So James Butler has now been given a membership to the rank of ensign. So thank you so much, Olivia. Paul Deandra, lots of cheer and a few teary eyes from the crowd in the theater last night. Nice. I really want a Star Trek Legacy show now so badly. The TARDIS 104, Season 3 wasn't perfect, but good Star Trek. It was great Star Trek, I think. General Grievous, I would have liked it if in the meantime, while they were fighting out the G, they were recommissioning the D briefly. The scaling of the D went from swoop down. The scaling of the D went when is swoop down for the transport. Oh, that was, yeah, the scaling of it was totally off. NZ Fade, great episode. Only thing I didn't like was renaming the Titan. Kind of think that takes away from all of from all that it's done. I don't think they needed to go there. I agree. I 100% agree with you on that one. Awesome Video says, I do feel like the CGI ships and their sound effects were the weakest part of the show, as they didn't feel large to me. I did like the designs of the ships, though. Smart Smears, it's weird that the Borg plot didn't grab me, but the Borg as a villain was far better than Vadic, who outstayed her welcome. Love the character stuff, just wish it wasn't a threat. Federation plot again. Yes, I'm right there with you on all of that, honestly. Tuxter 27, it is sad when they decommission the D again. Yeah, but it's in the museum now. Fleet Paw's like, wait a minute, who gave Grievous a wrench? I don't even know what you mean. Grievous has multiple arms, but I don't know if he has a wrench. I love the accurate D-transporter effect. Colin Barrett, we finally got to see what the Galaxy-class starship could do. Hell yeah. They should have called the Enterprise Strikes Back. That's good. Q makes so much sense being around after his death since he could time travel. Love it. And also, yeah, he probably just told Picard that he was dying so that Picard would come to realization that he has to open himself up to love so that he can love his son. Blah, 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 blah. It's Q. He's non-linear, so it doesn't matter. Also, where the hell's Laris? I wish Laris would have been in the shuttle when they were going to the Enterprise. And, she just had her hand on his shoulder. That's all I wanted. It's a year later. What happened to Laris? She's just completely forgotten, which is annoying. If she was on the shuttle, at least it would be like, they're still together. Picard and Beverly are friends. That would have been great. Anyway. But is the Enterprise the flagship? Yes, the Enterprise is the flagship. A Brit abroad in the Philippines. I don't agree with renaming the Titan to the Enterprise G. I don't either. Jeff W., who says the Enterprise G is the flagship, though? I do, because it's the Enterprise, and the Enterprise has been the flagship ever since the Enterprise came back from its 5-year mission and got refitted in the motion picture. It's been the flagship the entire time. Every time there's an Enterprise, it's the flagship moniker. Olivia Julius throws in $5. Wow, Unimatrix Zero looked terrible after Voyager helped destroy it. I love that explanation, though. They were all dying. There's nothing left to assimilate. No roads left to travel as far as that goes. She was alone, just empty loneliness, and Jack found her. Joseph Barbato, there's no evidence that G is the flagship, though, except that the Enterprise is always the flagship. So, yes, there is. Neo Constitution Enterprise G is going to get some serious upgrades, then. At least they should have separated the saucer and went into the Death Star Borg cube. And my biggest problem was Raffi was first officer. Other than that, I love the finale. It was great to hear Walter Koenig. It was. How do you think this? How do you think we'll win fight with T-800 and the Borg? Or between I think the Borg would still win that. The fleet was in shambles. Would have been cool to send up to the Enterprise crew, do some missions. in the D for a few months, yes. The only reason for this was lack of money. The Enterprise is supposed to be the brand new flagship, not a 30-year-old refit. I wanted to see see more of the F. I did too, but season 3 of Picard was easily enjoyable as any classic Trek for me. Yes, indeed. Sergeant Montgomery Mako, $2. Fat top D's make the rocking world go round. Nice. Did you notice President Chekhov? Callback to Star Trek 4, President and the Probe Farewell. Yeah, the speech was almost exactly the same, verbatim. With a few things changed here and there. So it's like a standard, avoid the planet Earth at all costs speech. We're being invaded by the calls of an alien probe are just causing just severe damage to our ecosystem. This is like our young are infected. Blah, blah, blah. It was great. It was really great. And yes, I did notice that. When Riker said he missed the computer voice, I got a little teary-eyed. Yes, me too. Matthew Lebner, $20. Happy super chat. Love this episode. Was so happy they gave time to the Next Gen cast to have their moments. I recommend binge watching this season. It plays a little better. Oh, we will. We have to do that before our retrospective, which is not this weekend, but the following weekend. We're going to be doing Trekyards, where we go back and we look through all of the episodes and re-score them. I'm going to have a shot for that $20 super chat. Thank you so much, Matthew Lebner, for that. That was amazing. Awesome, awesome, awesome. I'm not going to be able to get to everybody's comments tonight, and I apologize for that, guys. I'll try to get to as many as I can, but all right. Fleetpaw throws in $5. Who knew Jack's jacket was blue? I didn't, because the lighting is so effing dark. Hope that Q was gonna be a 25th century endurance class. Hope that the G was gonna be a 25th endurance class. Watch Essex class, but yes, the endurance is an Essex class. I had questions about Q at the end, but then I realized it could be any version of Q from the Next Gen era. Anton Chekhov was a nod to Anton Yelchin. Yes, it was. The armchair operator, $5. Salute, Captain. The Borg cube looked very different in this episode. It's massive, and it gave me Borg fusion cube vibes from Star Trek Armada. Size-wise, sure. Not look-wise. All those antennas everywhere. I liked hearing Walter Koenig, but would have loved to have seen him. Yes, I agree. MLP Death Dealer says, Trekyards, I actually cried at the end. When it comes to the crew interactions, we need to make sure Terry is in control of Trek. If he doesn't, Paramount are fools then. Well, yeah. Beverly on weapons. Let's see. Exactly. They should have included Laris at the end. Very different that they didn't. Oh, I'm way behind in the chat. That's why I can't read everybody's comment, guys. The chat's just blowing up tonight. So, speaking of 324 people here, 123 likes. Hit that like button. Let's get up to 200 likes. I think 200 or 250 would be a goal, but I'm going to go for 200 right away. So, thank you so much for watching, guys. Make sure you're subscribed. Click the notification bell icon so you don't miss our content. Tomorrow we have our full breakdown video starting at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We have full breakdown of this episode scene by scene, and we love doing those, as you guys know. Plus, we have a lot of breakdown videos coming out this weekend and next week based on this episode. So make sure you're subscribed and make sure that you click that notification bell icon. The Enterprise G seems like a step down from the Odyssey. Oh, yeah, it is. But isn't the Titan G a considerably smaller ship? It is. Did you love how they ripped off the Death Star 2 scenario? Lando should sue. Yep. Hey, what was the pattern the fleet was in when they attacked space? I don't know. I haven't been able to figure that out yet. They should have put 7 of 9 on Jack on the Enterprise F. Get 10K. It was great to see the Enterprise D really whoop some ass. It was also funny as hell seeing Data having the time of his life flying into the cube. Oh, here's like, I got a gut feeling. No, you don't. You're not used to this body yet. That's just a piece of cheesecake you ate 3 hours ago. It went bad. It's indigestion. You don't have a gut feeling, Data. Relax. FJY, $5. Was this a Super Star Destroyer version of a Borg cube? Looked a lot bigger than usual, but maybe they've already been that. They've always been that big. No, this was a bigger one for sure. They also named him Anton Chekhov in honor of Anton Yeltsin, who's gone now. Exactly. So I guess the Enterprise F wasn't decommissioned. It was probably destroyed in the battle, honestly. But, yeah. Was the Titan Enterprise G Constitution 3 the only one of its kind, like the Discovery? Or are there more ships? There are more of them. There's more in that fleet. Enterprise crew ripped out the Lando maneuver. Smelled copyright infringement. Valkyrie, $4175. Troy took the helm and didn't wreck the Enterprise. That's just it, though. She didn't take the helm. She took the helm station. Data was piloting. She took the helm station to get a transporter lock on Mzadi because he called out there. Which you can't really do that. You can't use transporters from the helm station. And she wouldn't take over flying to get out of the cube from Data. That would make no goddamn sense. So no, she didn't take the helm. She took the helm console to activate transporters, but anyway, swords are fun, yeah. We need a legacy now. Imagine the possibilities. The Dark Lord Revan, $5. So are the Borg gone? I wish we got to see Picard with his Romulan girlfriend at the end. Yes, I think the Borg are finally gone. Thank Christ. And yeah, I'd like to see Laris and what's going on with that. I miss the USS Enterprise D, especially the way to handle itself in the final episode. I felt they could have just rechristened her because they lost a good amount of ships. I think people forget that the Sao Paulo was renamed the Defiant, so it's not impossible to rename the Titan to the G. No, people aren't forgetting that. It's just stupid. Why the fuck would you name that ship of all ships? Which is a low-tier explorer, as it's explained like at the beginning of the season. It's just an explorer. It's not well-armed. It's not anything. Why would you make that the Enterprise? I don't think you would. But anyway. Lonnie McAfee, $5. Just showing some love. You guys, thank you. Great finale. Can't wait to hear your full take on it. Well, that'll be tomorrow. But yeah, this is just the first reaction hangout for you guys, where you get to tell me what you guys thought. I'd like to see Lando pop up with the Falcon and just nuke the Enterprise G. Did they let Diana take the helm after the last time? No, they didn't, but okay. Do you think the prophets are as powerful as the Q? Yes, more so. General Grievous says, and keep in mind that the star drive on the new D might have come from the ship upgraded during the Dominion War, so they retrofitted the heavy cruisers. Yes. Brian Donaldson, $5. The Borg Cube was the last remnants of the huge Borg Unimatrix facility from Voyager Endgame. That's why it's so big and had the antenna. That makes sense. BJ Tron, are you early? Still watching the episode. I am early, yes. Decided to go early tonight because multiple reasons, but, you know, it's a finale, so why not? Joe Torres, how did you feel about the size of the Titan model next to the Enterprise D? That's exactly accurate, how it should be. It's not quite as big as they say it is, despite David Blass saying that in my it's scaled. Yeah, I get it. But you know what? It's not, because the window scale and when they opened up that bridge, but whatever. So yes, it's the size they say it is. Of course it is. Why should we complain and argue? Because we don't know what we're talking about. So we're just going to be quiet and let the experts talk on Twitter, and they prove us wrong, and you know, whatever. It's fine. Did you see the maze that Data had to fly through in the Enterprise through? That was funny. Yeah, it was like one of those old Windows screensavers with the pipes. Jack was also mind-controlled. He tried to kill the Queen, but couldn't, hence he wasn't in complete control of his actions. She told him as much. I never thought I'd be alive to see the Enterprise G. Does the Enterprise G... Well, whatever. At least they have a line stating that it was not, in fact, the entirety of Starfleet. All right. The Enterprise up in Hangar Bay 12. Does Jack still have mind powers? No. General Grievous, if I had to choose, and if I had a choice and Titan had to be renamed, maybe the Shah to honor his sacrifice, that would be great. I would have loved that. They could have upgraded the Enterprise G weapon systems. Knight X, she was not in control of the ship. She used the ship console to find her husband because he was telling her goodbye. Yes. Loss Adist, $5. So was it the station taking all those hits or planet's shields? It was the shielding system, because once they said shields failed, it wasn't the planet shielding, it was the ship, it was the space dock shielding. Once they said shields failed, that's where the... And it's like planetary shields are down. So... Am I the only one that noticed that the impulse engines on the saucer section weren't working? They never do. Dr. Rock Awesome! The impulse engines on the saucer are never on when the saucer is attached. And if they are, it's a mistake. They're not supposed to be. It's just the main impulse engine on the back of the neck. Paul Deandra, $5. I'd expect that they would use TNG-style transporter visual effects for beaming to and from the D. I expected that as well, and we didn't get that. We got the newer ones. Fleet Pass Swiftback, $2. Half expected the Queen to curse Janeway. Ted Ferguson, are you competing with a certain salty YouTuber? No, I didn't even know he was going to be going live at that time. So I am absolutely not, but I see he had 39 people when I started. I have 333. So, I mean, that's all I have to say about that. So, speaking of, guys, 332 of you, hit that like button. We are still not at 200. We're 3 away from 200 likes. Let's get there. Let's get to 250. I think we can do it. Enterprise should have put in the reserve fleet instead of becoming a museum piece. They should have upgraded and added the tactical systems to the Enterprise G. Hi, Captain Foley. I sincerely love being able to come here and recap with the shows that they have released. I can't imagine what benefits you have done to the series. Hopefully some, but thank you, Aaron. The Enterprise G should have been a Galaxy-class dreadnought. Big fuck up. Okay. I'm not sure how the space station and Earth's defenses were connected. Well, this first I've heard of this, but yeah, there was planetary shielding. You could see it, and I just assumed that it's what's projecting or powering it is their space dock. So, Cat Core, I far from sold on the Enterprise G, but the start of the spin-off show maybe. Ray Rivera, $5. Should we expect a new series based on Jack and Q then? No, not Jack and Q, just Jack. Q may show up from time to time. As Q tends to do, but yeah. The obvious problem is that the Enterprise was destroyed at the end of Generations. Scene 7 Cry looked like Jerry played that the same way when she did it with Egypt, saved her in Voyager. The Dark Lord Revan, $5, calling it now all the Lord X maintenance and etc. ships weren't at Frontier Day. Yeah, there's no way that was the whole fleet. Lonnie Van Hatter, $2 with no comment, but thank you so much. Enzi Fade, the shield for the space station was being beamed from the planet moon of Endor. Oops, I mean Earth. I was so happy to see Tuvok still alive. Yes, I get the explanation that most of the people that the Good Changings imitated were still alive. How did the fireworks... How did you get fireworks to work in space? They're fucking plasma-based. Like, that's just the stupidest fucking question. They're not literally fireworks like we would have on Earth in the atmosphere. They're space fireworks, so they can be plasma-based. They can be whatever-based. That's how. I mean, that's not... Use your imagination. I don't know. My goodness. A bit odd that Jack isn't fitted in a blue uniform. If they wrote the script to satisfy all Trekkies everywhere, it would have been rather predictable and boring. Dionysus Larson, member for 2 months at the rank of ensign, says, "Hi, nice vest and badge. I like them. Thank you so much. It's actually just a shirt. Looks like a vest, though." The board ship looked like something out of Alien. Utterly disturbing. And not only that, but like the H.R. Geiger Borg Queen body horror type shit going on there. They can travel faster than light on starships, but fireworks is a hang-up, right? We need that show Mythbusters. Do a show so fireworks work in space. I had a feeling they would rename Titan. Still an excellent finale. Terry treated the original cast very respectfully and they didn't have to die. Yeah, I really thought that one or more of them were going to die at like different points, so they did a good job with that. If Alex Creed wouldn't appear on screen, then why not just get Susanna Thompson? But not sure. Was the people under 25 affected by the signal on Earth? Just asking. Should be anybody that's transported. So I would assume there would be people on Earth that would be affected, yes. But they never went into that. Anyone remember Laris? I wish she would have showed up. Jack's Borg exoskeleton looked cool. Yeah, he did look very cool. It's Vox. I even love that the Locutus headpiece was the same as Locutus's. What if they renamed the Titan in the Picard? That would have been great as well. Dustin D, which galaxy batch was the USS Syracuse built? Wave 1, Wave 2, Wave 4? Or post-Dominion War? I have no idea. So Jack is advising Ensign to the captain and her girlfriend. And I will make a threesome. Giggity. You even hear yourself? Rob Rudd, the use of the Enterprise musical cues gave it away from the start that the Titan would become the Enterprise. Scott Connor, I can't remember which of the two stated this on Twitter, but either Metalis or Blast stated that they want to do a new tech manual. That was Blast. Maybe they'll explain how fireworks work in space. The fireworks could be photonic based on any number of things. They're not using frack and gunpowder. Exactly. Neil Hammersmith. There was a scene where it did not transition quick enough, where the split second you could see Alice's body for a side shot. Well, it wasn't... Okay. X-Star, shades of the half-constructed Death Star getting destroyed in Star Wars, yeah. Also, what happened to USS Syracuse saucer section? What got damaged in the Dominion War would have been my guess. I don't think the fans like Laris very much, so they just kind of wrote her off the season. I liked her. I like a lot of people liked her. So is Jack using Picard's surname now? Possibly, but I kind of doubt it. Marco, you're right. The transporter effect was off. Just rewatched again. For some reason, it seemed accurate last night. Yeah, that's why I kind of, when it was mentioned earlier, I was kind of like, because it wasn't the right one. But Fleet Pod, the Alice Cridge Queen was one of the was the one connected with Locutus. Susanna Thompson had none. Yeah, well, that's true. Love the Locutus fast flashback scenes. Data has problems. I don't blame him. 20 plus years yeah, his counseling, that was hilarious. Imagine the Starfleet Corps of counselors workload. Tens of thousands of young officers now have memories of murdering their captains. Yeah, traumatic event. Absolutely. I said the same thing. Wow. If Raffi were on an exploding cube, she'd say, "Bye, bitch," to the Queen, and she would have beamed up to the D. No remnants of Borg implants on Jack's face after removal. I thought he would look like 709. No, because his dad didn't when he got those removed. Plus, they even said that it's not so much mechanical anymore, the modifications. There's no need for that because it's evolution now. So even when Picard had the thing plugged in, you see the veins. As soon as it got unplugged, they went away. So they're not like nano probes necessarily. I'm not sure exactly how that works, but they kind of mention it in dialogue. So, Arvor, how did the solitary board queen have so much power to light up squares that look like spotlights? I don't know if they were transport arrays or not. CC, nice to see there were, in fact, hull plates missing on the nacelle and drive sections of the Enterprise with details inside. Darth Maul, that will be the forward in the tech manual. Fireworks in an oxygen-absent environment. Captain, do you like the Enterprise G? Yes and no. I like the Shangri-La design, which is the original thing it was based on. Constitution 3, which I fucking hate that name. But anyway, I like the design. Not really for the era, though. I much prefer, like, Savik's version of it, NCC 1777. But I'm a big fan of Bill Krause. I've known the guy for like 6-7 years now. So knew him before he was making ships for the show. Great guy. Glad he got an Enterprise. I just wish it would have been like his Essex class or something. I'm not a fan of the G being just a Titan. Did they tease that Sydney and Jack were a thing? Something like, I tell them that all the time. Yes. Yeah, don't listen to anything he says. Yeah, they kind of do that anyway. It's nothing like Star Wars. Star Wars has spheres. Star Trek has cubes. It's still batshit. Yes. John Bonda. The last flight of the 21st century AARP members. Data smelling was great. Worf snorting was great. What was your favorite part? What was my favorite part? Well, let's see. What was my favorite part? That's a very good question. My favorite part. Probably the last 20 minutes, all the little moments between the crew. Those were all kind of great. So, and I see Bill Krause is here. Good to see you, sir. Congratulations on getting an Enterprise. Like I said earlier, though, I would have preferred it in the Essex class or something. But yeah, at least you're the next Enterprise designer. I love that. I thought we were going to see zombie Borgs. Well, no. Saw some messed up Borgs and then 2 kind of kick-ass Borgs. It was great seeing the Enterprise D kick ass again. It was, yes. Scott Connor, it would be interesting to see if Legacy or a similar series comes to be, if they will continue to include ships and content that originally appeared in STO. Yeah, it would be great. If Legacy does become a thing, seeing STO ships show up would be amazing. Ending mid-credit scene, an obvious jab at Marvel for their their shenanigans. Raymond Borg, $8 Australian. Funny line from Worf saying threesome before going to the cube. And I will go as well. I will make it a threesome. Do you even hear yourself? Theory. Riker told the dude to replace him that Picard likes being called Jean-Luc. When the dude left and told Raffi he likes being called JL, and Picard never corrected her. Hey, I like that. That's good. That's a good reason for calling him JL. The sword was heavy. Oh, shit. I didn't think this was that heavy. Yeah, it was great. Reconnected to say that they likely renamed the ship Enterprise due to its potential legacy series. Kirk commanding it. Oh, no, they're not going to do that. That'd just be silly. Wooga, $2. My favorite line, swords are fun. Swords are fun, absolutely. Bill Barkley, have Klingon swords always been that heavy? I don't recall them being mentioned before. That being mentioned before. Not that I'm aware of, no. Joe Brown, if they do end up making some version of Star Trek Legacy, they'll find a way to bring back Shaw. I mean, Terry said that he could probably figure out a way to bring back Shaw, yeah, so. Pixie Doodle puts in $17.01. And says, thank you for the great Picard season of reviews. How many videos do you think you will make in exploring the series finale? Maybe 9, maybe 10. Make sure you click the notification bell icon so you don't miss any content. We got a lot of breakdown videos coming out, so. Any theories on the formation shape of the Borgified fleets? Or do you think it was just random? I don't think it was random. I think it means something, but I don't know what. What happened to the other 3 of the 6 original Galaxy-class ships? Not quite sure. Something got destroyed. Love that bridge crew, but I'm just a cook. And the excuse he gives is, my mom got sick and my brother had whatever, so I had to go down and take care of the deli. Yeah, it was great. Who knew Klingons were that kinky? Shaw wasn't a well-defined character because all he got to see was the man was his flaws. He needed therapy. Wingsaber says, good ending. I didn't think it was necessary to rename the Titan A. The Titan earned an A designation. It doesn't make sense to have 2 live-action series with Enterprise. 2 live-action series with Enterprise? Oh, yeah, Stranger Worlds. Okay. Tommy Stone, it would be great to see AS. Is no one going to address that they wore the same clothes for a year within that universe? They changed maybe once or twice during that year. You don't know. Maybe even had a shower or something. Don't worry about the G. It will be an H with how fast they go through them now. Danny says, do the smallest Enterprise... So the smallest Enterprise in what? 3 generations of Enterprises? That's the thing. Because, yeah, the Enterprises got progressively larger right up to the F, which was quite huge. And then it like, here's the G. Wasn't Star Trek Legacy an old game? It was, yes. Chris Fields, I actually thought they were going to rename the Titan to the Picard. I did too. That would have been awesome. Will there be an F video? I'm sure there will be at some point, yes. Rob Rudd, Shaw could come back as a holographic chief engineer. Hey, that's great, actually. Grant McGregor, $5. Don't do drugs or you might forget ship registries as part of your job, even ones your boss friend commanded. Not to mention have your ex guess it. Would be shocked if rechristening of the Titan was as much an attempt to quasi-canonize the Enterprise A Yorktown fan theory as anything. Yes, the Enterprise A, originally the Yorktown, renamed in honor. Yeah, there's also, it's either the Yorktown or the T-Ho. The T-Ho was another one, depending on which source you believe, as to what the Enterprise A was before it got renamed. Jack could make a better captain for the G, much more talented an actor. Yeah, I'm not super happy that 7 is the captain, honestly. When in the shuttle on the way to space dock, it looks like there's a Luna Titan flying by. There probably is. There were some live action ones in the fleet, so. BJ throws in $2. Just got to Swords Are Fun. War for MVP. Nice. Jamie, I guess they can use Shaw in some flashback scenes if they decide to make a new show after the events of season 3. Who wants a Raffi and Worf buddy comedy? Not me. The Enterprise F was wasted potential. Yep. Jeff Mal. The Enterprise J will be launched tomorrow, judging by how fast they go through the alphabet. Keep in mind, the Enterprise J was an alternate timeline, so not necessarily the design it would be, nor however far ahead it was supposed to be. Andre Benson, $2. Question, did anyone say Shaw was killed on screen? No. Aaron Palmer, I'm really depressed. I almost didn't watch the last episode, to be honest. Oh, no, why? Technically, Captain Will Riker did command the Enterprise. His Luna-class USS Titan refitted in Constellation 3, USS Titan Alpha, renamed USS Enterprise. Yeah, I kind of thought the same thing on that one, honestly, but wonder how they would go from the G to something as big as the J. Also, it was nice to see President Anton Chekhov. Yeah, that was great. That was a great way to start off. That really kind of like, boom, right out of the gate. It was like awesome. That Junkman, I know this sounds great, but I really liked the final episode. As you should. It was really good. LOL, for everyone wondering why Worf was snoring, be glad he was a Klingon. He took about 5 or 6 point blank blasts for the chest of the boy. If he was a human, he'd probably be dead. Yeah, and it's funny, me and Sam, when we were filming our review earlier, Sam's like, it'd be funnier if he just died. And it's like, what? We should edit out the snoring. So you look over and you just see him sitting in the chair with like this blast wound. And it's just like, oh man, Worf died. Oh, that's a shame. Just edit out the snoring. That's awesome. Galaxy, Venture, and Magellan are still in service at the end of the Dominion War. I think those are the other 3 galaxies. Maybe a legacy series would be more like a series of TV movies. That'd be cool. I was hoping for the Enterprise app was going to be the Century class. Phasers. We finally have real phasers. CC, where did you get the awesome Alcaraz graphics on the stream behind you? Multiple sources, mainly Twitter though. Valkyrie 417. I like that the G is a return to form. It's an explorer now, not a ship of war. That's the thing, yeah. I love that it's an explorer for the Enterprise, yeah. But where did Kestra go, and why did her parents not care? Classic for real. I can't wait for 2 years from now when we finally have that Enterprise J series and we all have to deal with the ugly Universe class being a hero ship. I wonder if it'll be the Titan A or the Enterprise G has the Hallmark ornament this year. That's a good question, actually. My guess would be the Titan, but because Enterprise is Enterprise, it's hard to say. Andy Clinton, $5. Thank you so much. The guy that was the cook on the bridge was in Strange New Worlds episode 1. Maybe a descendant of that race. Ooh, there you go. Paul B. So who was the floaty head, and why did Vadic have to cut off her hand? All very good questions to which we don't know the answer. I think the floaty head was the Borg Queen because it kind of had that weird look. But cutting off the hand, I don't know. Don't know why. Fleet Pod, $2. Favorite part, proper phasers and the D kicking ass. Let's see. I don't like that 7 was in a Starfleet for a year and got promoted to captain and given the Enterprise G. 2 years. Starfleet and commanding the flagship. I call bull. Yeah, Brian, we mentioned that. Don't worry. I agree. John Boda. Now, if 709 is the captain, does that mean that Harry Kim now has a job again? I was hoping Barclay to make an appearance with Geordi. Shaw could be the EEH, an emergency holographic engineer, a gruff but likable engineer, emergency engineer with attitude. So, is the Enterprise G the flagship now? It seems too mid-range to be a flagship. The Enterprise is always the flagship when there's an Enterprise, so yes. But yeah, that's a problem for me. Raffi got progressively better the less she was on screen. Again, I agree. Good tea, nice house, $5.50. I was under the impression they were a gazillion Inquiry class ships. What happened? Did they sell them to the Packlids? That never happened, unfortunately. That was just a strange fever dream. Fun fact, rechristening is considered bad luck, and the CV6 Enterprise had the nickname Luck E, and was the reason Roddenberry named the Enterprise instead of the Yorktown. Oh, well, there you go. Just think we might have Raffi in a red shirt. I don't understand the thinking with giving the Titan the Enterprise name. I just don't get it. I don't get it either, honestly. But next episode of Lower Decks is going to be lit with killing. Okay. Are the Sovereign class this era's Excelsior class? They're everywhere. Jeff Mao. I guess we're to assume that the Enterprise F was destroyed in the last episode, but how is the question? Probably getting blasted by the fucking space dock. I don't know if you noticed, but the space dock was firing. Like, bigger beams, and they were actually taking out some ships, because after they loaded in all the prefix codes and were dropping shields, you saw ships getting hit from the starbase, and just one shot was destroying them. So... when was Worf snoring? I think I missed that part. After they got back to the Enterprise, he sat in at the end of Troy's chair and was like... and then Data and Geordi were like... was Anton Chekhov voiced by Walter Koenig? Yes, he was. Dustin D. There was one major mistake with the Enterprise D while high-speed maneuvering, which is why only the Enterprise D only using its main impulse engines on the star drive while fighting the Borg. That's because when the saucer is connected, the impulse engines on the saucer shouldn't be lit. If they are lit, it's an error. It does happen sometimes, but technically when it's joined to the star drive section, they don't fire up the impulse engines on the saucer, just the main one. So that's not an error. That is actually something that they got right, and they could have fucked up. So... I actually thought that last night. Worf dies on the bridge after the mission, and then he snores. Venture was in the fleet formation thing. Wouldn't be surprised if they ran out of letters when Discovery Season 3 starts. I really wish that we would have seen more TNG Starship classes that were still in service. Axonar says, it's just a sci-fi show, guys. People forget this is supposed to be fun. I know, but a lot of the fun is analyzing it and pretending that it's real as well, so... Oh, you think Worf was so funny in Honor? I love that, actually. A funny line. There's something that they say something about families or whatever, and we're standing there, and they show him, and he's like, "Yeah, what about your kids? What about Alexander? What about what the hell's his name now? Jeremy Astor. Jeremy Astor, the kid from TNG that you took into your house, that you would take care of, that you'd never mention again. Yeah, or if you're bad with families, my friend." The design of the Enterprise G isn't memorable. It will never be loved by fans. The bridge is generic. Shit. Totally disagree, Kevin. That's just your personal opinion, and yeah, not needed, man. Did the sizing of the Lexington saucer seem off compared to the Enterprise in the Fleet Museum? Yep, and we pointed that out from the beginning. Kestra was staying with her grandma. They stated that. Grant McGregor, $5. Captain, count the alphabet from A to G, and then say the number when you get to G. Now, who's captain of Enterprise G? 7? Because G is the 7th letter. Oh, the irony. It hurts. Q is back with Jack. The possibilities are endless. I want my Neo Constitution class model kit and ornament. Just because a ship is an explorer doesn't mean it can't be better armed than how the Titan was. The Enterprise D RCS thruster has been bumped up to full impulse engines for extreme maneuvering for a Galaxy class. Laris is waiting for Picard at that bar, and Kestra's sitting in the corner. The D got the money shots. I loved it. The fat look looks amazing on a widescreen. Yes, it does. Is that Worf I hear snoring or Precious? That's Well, it's actually Lola that's panting right now. But yeah. I don't know if Axonar is still here, but, you know, dogs. Here's my dogs. There's Dot the Chihuahua. There's Lola. And over there, that other big pug that's Precious. I know dogs are like, kind of like your thing, so. All right, let's see here. Where are we here? All right, I got a little behind there, so I apologize. Vero Viren Victus throws in $5, so thank you. Do you think Starfleet abandoned fleet formation tech development? Maybe something benign like ships being able to multi-vector together for joint missions? I would assume that you might get rid of the fleet formation thing. I thought that was fucking stupid from the beginning. Shelby's like, and our latest advancement, fleet formations. Because never before has a ship been able to fly in formation. You can't link ships to stay the same distance apart from each other because that's not cool tech. You need to be able to control them from another ship. That's the way. That's the only way a formation will work. It's fucking dumb. It's a stupid idea. But whatever. Hey, my friend, we kicked ass the other night in the beautiful D. We did, in Geo9. I want to do it again. Oh, wait, they actually use phasers. I guess they're waiting to use them for the big finale. Enterprise F was being decommissioned. It was. It probably got destroyed, though. It seemed that Space Dock was tied to the planetary shields, which would explain why it seemed OP. Sure. Michael David Anthony Fakit, £5. So thank you so much. Constitution was too big at the museum. D was literally really dark and shiny. Jack should have lost his hair when assimilated. Other than that, loved it. Why should he have lost his hair when assimilated? Constitution was too big at the museum. All the ships were kind of scaled wonkily at the museum, so. Guys, what was Q wearing? I don't know. Yes, Chekhov's grandson, yes. So why did the changelings destroy the recruitment center? As a distraction. Classic for real. Also killing off all your primed age men and women. I'm sure Starfleet and Federation are going to super recover from this and not dive into post-World War I cultural depression at all. I had fun with the wrap-up. I thought it was going to be disappointing. It was great. That was a 20-minute wrap-up. That was great. Not buying the Enterprise G being a flagship because flagships typically carry the most advanced technology in the fleet. I totally agree with you on that one, yes. But then you get people, there's no proof that the Enterprise was the flagship. But there is, because the Enterprise is always the flagship. When there's an Enterprise, it's the flagship. Ever since the motion picture, that's just the way it's been. Did the sizing of the Lexington saucer seem off? Yes, it did. I wish the Fleet Museum had more vessels. Me too. I like when the Enterprise D blew up in the Death Star. I mean, the Borg cube. Picard and Beverly are definitely together again at the end of this, and I think they're just chilling at her random bar. I don't think they're together at all. Just because they're in the same shuttle together doesn't mean they're together. They're just friends again. That actor went through hell that played Alexander. So the Titan and Enterprise are linked now. Yes. Good tea. Nice house. Throws in $5.50 Canadian. What they should have done is cancel the early decommissioning of the F after finding out the changing admiral at Starfleet Command gave the orders. Okay. Dr. Rock Awesome throws in $5. Love that data. It was Tokyo drifting the Enterprise D through the inside of Death Star. I mean, Borg Cube. Hashtag Wolf359 was an inside job. Matthew Mahler. They should have put carpet on the bridge of the G. Bill Barkley. I'll say this. It was definitely better than the final Mandalorian episode. There were things in there that never should have. I thought the last episode of Mandalorian was fantastic. I loved it. I loved all the episodes this season. I hate people comparing things. Hashtag Picard greater than Mandalorian. It's like, they're two different entities. You can't fucking compare them. Did the original series Federation class ever make an appearance in any show? No, it did not. Canonized in this one, though, by the little models. Gestrel 1988, $5. Would have liked to see Geordi reunited with his daughters. Yeah, they were on view screen. He was like smiling, like, hey, you're all right now. Dan Candy, $2. Why did the cube drop shields exactly? To welcome them aboard. Weapons were redirected and shields were lowered. And they're like, what's this? And Picard's like, it's an invitation. I missed Diamond Select. I would have gotten the Enterprise, or the Titan A Enterprise G if they made one. The Titan Engineering Hall looks wrong in shape. I cannot unsee it. It's an X-Wing nose cone. And there is no aesthetic transition to the neck. What an awful new Enterprise. Wow. That's mean. Brett Howarth. They will have to do a lot of work to stretch out the Enterprises to its way to the J. No, they don't, Brett. For the last fucking time, guys. The Enterprise J, shown to Archer by Daniels, was an alternate timeline that theoretically got corrected and fixed with Archer's help. It was not, in fact, set in stone. So, no. I wish people would figure that out. Do you suppose from now on the bridge on any more of these Trek spin-off shows will be better lit? No, I don't. Hypno Amber Pugs, thank you. Doggos, yes. We have 5 little dogs and a cat. Yeah, I got these 3 little shitheads. So, even the Cisco cameo would have been it would have been awesome. But Enterprise G carpets arrive on Tuesday. Indeed, they do. Indeed, they do. How happy were you to see some good old-fashioned phasers again? Very happy. I don't think you have a little behind, Captain. What? Andre Benson really liked the Star Trek promo at the beginning with the Enterprise D and the Borg was good. Yeah, changing the Titan to the D and that opening thing was a pretty good idea. I thought the Enterprise D would have become the USS Challenger. It's still Geordi LaForge's ship. Definitely message me when you want to play again. Oh yeah, for sure, ENG. Probably next week sometime. Or this weekend, maybe. Gary, who was the genius behind the fleet formations and the interlink system? Could have been one of the changelings that infiltrated. I think there was changes happening over quite a long period of time from the changelings. So, Mina Haroon, why did Borg need fleet formation? They controlled all the crews. Fleet formation should have been used to take control away from the Borg. Casual Trekker throws in $5. Since they are going to do movies on Paramount Plus, could they do a legacy movie series instead of a series? And we follow the crew of the Enterprise G that way. Absolutely they could. Yeah. Broken Speaker, $2. It was excellent. Ready for a Captain 7 show. Where would Girardi have been during all of this is my question. Who cares? She's the guardian at the gate. Jack lost his hair because of the assimilation. What? Hey, Captain, how many times does Starfleet have to learn that linking the fleets like that is never a good idea? I know, right? Why is there heat waves beside you? Do you have a fireplace in front of you? Heat waves beside me. The fuck does that mean? Heat waves. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. I have an open window. So confused. I'm so sorry. I'm late. I love this episode, though. The haters are hating on other channels, but it was a satisfying ending for sure. Oh, Zeus, are you talking about Salty Trekker? I'm sure he's hating on it. One starbase could only protect the side of the planet it was on. Would be easy to attack the other side. Not necessarily. If you have nodes all over the planet, you have the starbase above, or space dock, it channels the power to one of the main nodes, and that goes to each of the other nodes and creates the grid around the globe. You don't need another one on the other side. They said that the Titan had that experimental engine, so it could be the newest tech. I forget exactly how they worded that, but something about the impulse engines. Yes. Fleetpaw, I have a serious question. Wouldn't Earth's planetary defenses use energy sources like solar, geothermal, wind, hydroelectric, and fusion cores planet-wide instead of relying on Earth's space dock? Possibly, yes. You would think so. But I don't know what to tell you, Fleetpaw. Kenneth says, I'm truly gutted that the Borg collective now seems to be obliterated. Best Star Trek enemy of all time. Totally disagree. Get rid of the Borg. Don't need them anymore. I'm glad they're done. I wanted them to be done for a while now. The Borg acknowledged that future Janeway's pathogen had devastated the collective and left them lost on the edge of space. What a great callback. That Janeway was a beast. Did you well up or shed a tear watching the finale? If so, which scene? Not really. Again, like I say, when I watch this the first and second time, I'm in kind of review mode. First time, I'm getting screen caps. Then we do our review. We film it. Then I watch it again to get all the closed captioning, so all the actual dialogue. And then I watch it later in the day with Sylvia, and that's usually when I get emotional, more so than the first two times is when I watch it later. And nothing really hit me this time, except for the whole names mean everything line. That was kind of like, oh, that was nice. You know, names mean practically nothing, and then actually names mean everything. I love that. That was good. So Top Gun Maverick and Star Trek Picard have ripped off episodes 4 and 5 of Star Wars. Notice there was still active Galaxy classes in the fleet formation. I think those are actually Ross classes from Star Trek Online, but yes, close enough. Again, the complaints of the last episode of Mandalorian remind me of Picard Season 3. Literally anything Disney Star Wars, and yes, they're comparable. Disney's Star Wars sucks. Picard Season 3 doesn't. So how are they comparable then? You just fucking shot yourself in the foot with your fucking comment. Whatever. How do you feel about Riker doing the final log for the Enterprise D? I'm fine with it. So we have Wolf 359, the Battle of Section 001 already. So what's this battle going to be called? I don't know. That's a very good question. Does anyone know who Geordi's wife is? It's not stated. Did we ever see main engineering of the Titan? No, we did not. Shelby's last line, if you can't mismanage Starfleet, dangerously link ships, and permit the Borg takeover, Riker, make way for someone who can. Wow, that's great. So, does this mean the Enterprise F and G are in service at the same time now? No, I'm assuming the F got destroyed. It was on its way for decommission with Shelby on board, so... So, is Janeway the CNC of Starfleet? Don't know. Gary says, no, they were going to make the Enterprise J a California class. I know, I'm going to get an earful. Just like Discovery, future timeline can be a different timeline, yes. Wooga puts in $2. Idea, the D left in service and renamed Legacy. Kind of like that. That's kind of a cool idea. Enterprise J could exist anyway in any time period. It's the when that remains fluid. Gotta run. Catch you later. See you later, Shanti. Oh, the Enterprise J may look slightly different. It's depending on when it's built, yeah, because it wouldn't be the universe class necessarily. Right now, the Enterprise F had some sort of critical ship-wide damage that meant it was being decommissioned. Right? Yes, absolutely. They missed a chance to recreate the ending scene for Star Trek 4 with the Enterprise D, or Enterprise 6, or Star Trek 6, with the Enterprise D and Titan A, but making a joke saying, by God, that's a little ship. That would be great, yeah. The best end credits scene would have been Picard walking onto the new Enterprise bridge and saying, Alexa, turn on the lights. I almost said it too loud. How about the warp effect on the D? I love that it wasn't the same as all the shitty, streaky fucking hyperspace ones that they have for the other ships in New Trek. Yes, they kept it. We'll talk about that, don't worry. Grant McGregor, $5. Fleet formation existed before Season 3. It was when the Borg took over the ships. Season 2 finale. It's like poetry. It rhymes. Doug Drexler is working on a redesign of the Enterprise J. Is he? Tristan says, so they are in real life good friends, and I like the way, envy the hell out of it actually, the cast can have a family thing. Yeah, they said that it's odd that on shows you get that kind of camaraderie, so they just had the right people on the right show, because a lot of shows, they don't have that even after years of being on the air, so. Mr. Potts says, Foley won Kenobi. I'm very mixed on this. Loved seeing the Enterprise D more than I thought. I would, but they Palpatine the Queen instead of bringing her back in a meaningful way. Well, I mean, all right there, Potts. General Grievous. Why did I say General Kenobi? What the hell? It was great to see Tuvok promote 7, but I feel like it would have had even more emotional impact if Admiral Janeway promoted her. Then again, Kate may not have been available. And I told you guys you weren't going to see Janeway. Nobody listens to me. Everything I said pretty much came true, so. Maybe this Enterprise G is temporarily honorary commission until the new one is constructed. They should have said that then. Will anything from Picard Season 3 show up in the Section 31 movie, including the G? Probably not. Yes, Captain Tuvok, but still, poor Henry is still in Ensign. Poor Harry is still in Ensign. You guys be quiet. The dogs might freak out for a minute. Supposedly a Janeway and Captain Harry Kim cameo were cut from the final due to budgetary reasons. I really wish they would have seen that along with previously mentioned Cisco cameo. Yeah, I would have loved to have seen a Janeway. I would have loved to see Janeway show up. I really would have, but I just knew it wasn't going to happen. Sully Trekker's calling the episode The D Strikes Back, like Star Wars. Stuff the haters, let them wallow. It's fun here. I like this ship. I like this channel. It's fun. Your response to the heatwave comment just made me piss my pants. Thanks for that. Sorry, Kyle. Hopefully you have a clean pair nearby. They should have mentioned cameos of characters that were left on the cutting room floor. So the heat wave is actually the heat going out your windows. I can visibly see it from the video stream. It can't be that cold outside. It's not, nor is it that hot in here. You can't see anything. If you're talking about this distortion right here, that's actually an alien entity. It's not visible heat waves going out. I could close the window, that would still be there. It's just an anomaly that happens when I film because of the lighting, the way the lighting is set up here. Where was Space Dock in The Best of Both Worlds Part 2 and First Contact? I always wondered that. Best of Both Worlds Part 2 and First Contact. Well, they weren't that close to Earth yet, so. Trek fandom after watching Season 1 and 2 of Picard. Oh, man. Now we have to deal with the crap being canon. Metellus. Me to the rescue. Oh, that's the other thing. Jack walks on the bridge in the last scene. Set course to Metellus system. Really? You need to mention Metellus again? You were at Metellus 5 and Metallis 6, I think, both mentioned, or whatever, in like twice on screen. Metallis system, whatever, on screen. And then you have to mention it in the last episode again. It's a little much, but hearing Majel again and seeing her credit on the credits brought a tear to me eye. Miss Majel. Yes. Mark and Anna, I like Captain Shaw in this episode. Great scene. Riker, year 1. No, it was a space battle, not a beginning of time moments. Geordi said the nacelles and engines were from another ship. Does engines mean the warp core? It means the star drive section. Because if you look on the side of the ship, on the neck where it says the name Enterprise, it actually says Syracuse on this star drive section. So it's the Syracuse, the star drive section. Shout section big band, $10. The Picard season 3 soundtrack is even number 2 on iTunes. Paramount must see the enthusiasm. Are we disappointed that the D is fully retired? Seem pretty capable. I don't care either way. Like, it's just great that it's at the museum on display finally. So. Jared Ferguson, I'm 100% sure the room they used for the Queen's Chamber was the Titan Bridge region. Oh, I'm sure it was too. Will Drexler tell you the composition of all the ships shown in the fleet? I'm sure he will if he knows. Trekyards. Hello, Captain and all. Hope everyone is well this evening. Good to see you, Donnie. Speaking of how many people we have, 313. We have 329 likes. Wow, the likes have been flowing in. Can we hit 350 likes? It's only 20 more likes now, guys. So it's because they aren't forcing diversity. I'm not reading that one. I think the Enterprise F will end up at the Fleet Museum to be where with the other Enterprises. Why didn't they use the other ships like Voyager and Defiant up the Enterprise? I would have loved to have seen those fly together, because it would have taken all the power away from the Enterprise D and the TNG goodbye. And because Geordi said the Enterprise is the only fully functional ship that's not connected to the fleet. So the other ones are museum pieces. They aren't fully functional, or they're not easily ready to go. Salty Trekker is so bitter. He is. Sad, because I like the guy. He's a really smart, intelligent guy, makes good points, good arguments, but goddamn, the negativity sometimes, I just don't understand it. I just don't understand it. Even when he tries to justify it, it's like, just enjoy it, my man. Like, whatever. Love you, Salty Trekker. Bill Barkley, does this mean the G no longer has a cloaking device since the Borgified crew destroyed it? Yeah, I would assume so. That it doesn't have it is what I mean. Chris Jackson, Borg Queen never seems to learn. No, she does not. Me no other. Geordi is probably working on the remains of the Enterprise E and the F at the Fleet Museum. Solaris, the long hauler rail fan, says, hey, Captain, out of all the Starfleet ships in the galaxy, the Galaxy is the only one that I believe is able to fly in real life as an RC model. Yeah, it's because it's got a big, airline or like a surface for it with the saucer. Plus, it's shaped properly for a wing. Harry Kim, who held the record 30 years at the rank of Benson, was tragically killed when his ship was taken over and blown up by 7. Quiet wasn't making noise. Quiet just came home. Slim Jim Slim puts in $2. The poker scene made me realize it's been 30 years. NZ Fade says, I can't see a heat wave. That's because there isn't one. Classic for real. Also, so was literally the entire fleet destroyed? Because all we see is the D and Titan and a bunch of wreckage. I don't think the whole fleet was destroyed, no. Because when they shut down and they were starting to target Earth, and the Titan was between Earth and the fleet, there were still a lot of ships left, so... Not exactly a digital compression thing, just high noise from high ISO. There you go. That explains the heat waves. Deanna finally piloted the D without hitting anything. No, she didn't. She did not pilot the D, for fuck's sakes. When she's like, yeah, I know where they are, she runs to the fucking. Unfortunately, it is the helm control, so I understand your confusion. Data was piloting, though, because he had to get the ship out in less than a minute out of the Borg cube. She was just going to the transporter systems to get a lock onto them because she knew where they were because of what Riker said and their link. So she was going to use the transporter systems. That's all it was. She wasn't flying the ship. She did not fly the ship. Everybody's like, ooh, Deanna did a Tokyo drift with the Enterprise. No, she didn't. That was Data. She was locking on, showing Data where they were so that Data could fly there on his way out and then transporting them. Anyway. Captain, did you know that the USS Navy has an Admiral James? Yes, I did. Hey, Cap, grab a screenshot of the star drive section, would you? I can't right now. There's no way to show it to you. But yes, it does say Syracuse. Look it up. It's on Twitter. What they got in the cells from pot smokers? Jared Ferguson, I mean, okay, Mattel is mentioning his name all the time. Seth makes you sleep with him on the Orville. So you do you, Terry. Whatever happened to the Enterprise B? It's not really 100% known, I don't think. In the shot where the Enterprise arrives at Jupiter, you can see the color difference between the star drive and saucer sections. Yes. By the way, the holo message for 7 that Tuvok gave her, I half expected to be Janeway, but it being Shaw made sense. Being Shaw was awesome. Jack is Captain's counselor, not a site counselor. Maneuvering around the cube was a job for the Defiant. They cannibalized everything else from DS9, which they would have seen my boy in action. Jack Crusher Picard is a ship's counselor. He's also 709's yeoman. Classic for real. They call him Salty Checker because he's too bitter, you know? Because he's made of salt and literally tastes bitter. Siskoka, you would think that 20 years Geordi would have gotten around to replace the Syracuse name with the Enterprise on the secondary hull. Well, it's the least important thing to do. You got to get everything else operational. Like you said, the port and the cell cover wasn't quite whatever. He was working on it. But 20 years is a long time. It's probably one of the first things that I would take care of is the name on the side, yeah. But also, you know, you want to honor the Syracuse for maybe you got this, you know, like decimated in a battle of the Dominion War. Saucer was destroyed, most hands killed. Star drive section was salvageable, but you don't want to like erase the name Syracuse necessarily. It's a nice homage to that as well. Donnie Pearson, I love Enterprise G, yet I still plan to update my fan-made version of what the Connie 3 class starship would have looked like. Gary Kaiser, it's a damn shame Eagle Moss won't be making the Enterprise G and Galaxy D. I really wish they would have made the Intrepid, the Duderstad class, because I really want a version of that. It's a cool ship. But yeah. Data did say he wanted to do that. He pooped himself even though he had emotions about it. I hope we get more Bill Krause's work. His model designs are amazing. They are. He was here earlier. I don't know if he's still in the chat, but... so are those fart wave sounds, Captain? No, they are not. I have pugs for the last fucking time that are snoring and breathing heavy. I really hate that. Are you farting, Captain? Yeah, because that's what I do. I just sit here and flatulate the entire time that I'm doing a live. Because that's classy. That's exactly what I would do. Yeah. I hope we get more Bill Krause's work. Yes, I agree. All right. That's where I was. All right. Captain Seven looks hot with a phaser rifle on her shoulder, telling the ensigns to take the station. Oh yes, Captain. Seems like it took them a lot longer than a minute to get out of the Borg cube. For sure it did. Not a fan of the Titan becoming the Enterprise G. It felt forced and regressive. I totally agree with you on that one. What did you think of them renaming the Titan to the Enterprise G? I hated it. I was disappointed, put it that way. Maybe Captain Shower getting resurrected will tie and somehow to the Section 31 movie. There you go. Fleet Paw throws in $2. Beverly, what? I learned a lot in 20 years. Or lots happened in 20 years, yeah. Gary Kaiser, it looked like the star drive had a section of damage on the left nacelle. I believe it did, yeah. I'm just glad they didn't have Lizzo as Federation president. I didn't even know what a Lizzo was until that episode of Mandalorian. Turt Ferguson, I know it will never happen, but I'm calling for it. Cisco, Star Trek Cisco, let's ride at Paramount. Do we know the design of the captain's yacht for the G? No, we don't. Rechristening a ship is bad luck. Titan earned being the Titan. I agree, yeah. Data has emotions. Cool. Do you think that Starfleet should reinstate the Yeoman captain and sign us? No, I don't. Geordi had a saucer for 20 years, but he may have had the Star Drive section all that long. Syracuse may have only been recently retired. That's also true. That could be the case as well, yeah. You flipping this off made me piss my pants. Good thing I have another pair. Yeah, well, that's what I do. If you don't like it, too bad. It's just how it is. Poor Enterprise F. We barely got to see it and got replaced by mid-tier. And it was such a beautiful shot of it coming out of space dock too and doing the... I wanted to see more of it for sure. Peter Lukaku, 550. That was Star Trek 11. There you go. Yeah. Galaxies were meant to be in service for 100 years. While no longer able to fight, they were huge ships that could be gutted and used for cargo, for cruisers or something. Odds they are all decommissioned. I don't think they're decommissioned. I think they're fucking destroyed in the Dominion War, and or they've been refitted to Ross and Andromeda classes, like we see in Star Trek Online. What was your favorite part of the episode? Somebody else asked me that earlier, and I can't. I just said all of the last 20 minutes, all of the wrap up stuff with the crew. I think those were very good moments for sure. Yeah, that's kind of my favorite moments, I think. There will be no Cisco show for Brooks. Still was acting, yes. Why did some of the Borg interiors not look like parts of internals at Galaxy Night? Holy shit. Why did some of the Borg interior does look like parts of Eternals at Galaxy ships, mainly Galaxy saucer section size? I don't know what you mean. Tommy Apex. It was a year later that it was renamed. Might not be a mid-tier ship anymore. They could have upgraded everything. That's true, sure. Technically, there are 3 versions of the Odyssey class: Science, Tactical Engineering, but that's STO only, I believe. Have you ever watched the Stargate guy? No, I don't think so. Eric Martin, if you look closely, you can see Viridian pine trees flying off the saucer windows as Data throws the ship around. So who else realizes that Starfleet only had 3 letters between G and J? There's no way. Each will last 50 years. Okay. Why Dole needs a name. I've said this before. The Enterprise J that was shown to Archer by Daniels was in fact a alternate future that was corrected when Archer helped Daniels. So either it's an alternate future and it never happened, or it's going to happen at a different time because it was shown to Archer and things were changed, or it might never happen. So it doesn't matter when the J was supposed to be. It doesn't have to line up with what we see here. That's not how this works. So there you go. Don't forget Worf fell asleep right away. Yeah, exactly. Jack should have totally punched Q right in the face like Cisco. How long will we get? How long till we get a Shaw class? Gary Kaiser says, "Okay, gang, I'm off to bed. Good night. Good night, Gary." Dustin D. What if the Syracuse saucer section was used for the Borg Queen to build the super glue with a million of antenna communication spikes? Jadok Productions says Star Trek Picard grand finale was fucking Star Trek Picard grand final was fucking awesome. I had tears of joy and cheered for the D during the battle. This had me wanting more. Can't wait for the next series. Was it really Data or the kind of changeling lore when he drifted the D plus fluid inside the Q? He certainly was enjoying it. Very lore. Yeah, and the way he was acting and talking to Geordi felt very much like lore. I was kind of concerned a little bit. Like, it didn't feel like Data. Hopefully the J never will have happened. It's one ugly ship. Neil Hammersmith, hear your pug snoring, living the good life. Yeah. And only one of them is snoring right now, which is good. Starfleet Command, we should name a ship Enterprise in honor of the Borg defeat. Should we allocate the name to the latest heavy cruiser? Nah. What else have we got lying around? Ghost of Cute's left eyebrow says, "Hey Cap, episode 10 of Picard was utterly amazing, and now I'm crazy mad if we don't get a legacy spinoff." Jim RC throws in €10. Love Data's realization of the complexities of being human near the end. Yeah. His counseling sessions that go way over time. General Grievous, imagine this Borg Queen and Rise of Skywalker Palpatine going on a date. Okay, do I have to? Shaw wasn't mentioned, nor was there a funeral ceremony. So, did they keep it open for his return? Maybe the last minute change? I wish they would have included the line dialogue in that case, like, Shaw's gonna be okay. Because that's what they did in, the original G.I. Joe movie back in 1984. They originally were going to kill Duke off, and when the Transformers movie aired, Optimus Prime died, and parents and everybody had a freaking hissy fit. So they changed the G.I. Joe movie. They included a dubbed-in line of dialogue saying, "And Duke's gonna be okay," off screen. So yeah, they could have done that. Hey, don't let Doug hear you say the J is ugly. I've already told Doug that the J is ugly. I've told him that to, like, in one of our interviews with him. I don't like the J. He knows that. Peter Lukaku, $11. Was really hoping for Janeway, but looking at it now, it doesn't fit. Also love the First Contact background sounds. I wonder what Starfleet will do with all the captured changelings this time. Capture them and torture them. If the burn never happened, would Earth have left the Federation between 3000 and 3190? I don't know. Was the Syracuse registry visible in the nacelle pylons? The star drive pennants looked to be TNG oval era. I don't think they were visible, but they could be there. I don't know. I'll have to take a closer look. I cried with joy when they had rechristened Titan as Enterprise. Turd Ferguson, I wanted the end to be that the changelings created a bullshit story about the Enterprise F in order to change out the crew, and then we get Captain Data of the Enterprise F. That would have been kind of cool. Somehow Captain Shaw returned. I'm out, Cap. Have a good night. All right, see you later, Fleet Captain Justin Hayes. Jedi Productions, maybe they will do a similar thing with Colonel Blake from MASH, Shaw in an escape pod saying, "I'm okay." Then he says, "Captain Dipshit ready." Shaw and Genesis 2 device, just seating. Janeway wanted a Janeway series. Bill Barkley, I see at the end when the crew went through the transporter to cure them, they were finding changelings. Yes. Had to go to therapy after watching the Transformers movie in the theater at 5 years old. Sean O'Sullivan, the J is ugly. Titan isn't the G. Titan as the G isn't a bad shout. Gotcha. When the burn has nothing to do with this. It's true. Does Starfleet keel haul for insubordination? I don't think so. Evil Starfleet splinter group will make the changelings into the ultimate sex workers. Fleet Enterprise J extended video with Doug Drexler. There you go. There's a video about the Enterprise J with Doug Drexler himself, from us. Since they didn't show us Captain Seven's catchphrase, maybe it's a good sign of a kind of spin-off. I do hope the new United Earth will be smart enough to keep its own fleet of ships, even when being reintegrated into the Federation and Starfleet. In 1 year, they rebuilt Space Dock. Yeah, that was a weird fucking edit. Like, hey, Space Dock is destroyed. Oh no, that's awful. 1 year later, hey, look at this. It's great. Yeah, it seemed a little off to me. The Darth Eddy, this was the first new Enterprise to be smaller than her predecessor. They've gotten consistently longer and are larger in mass, or at least stayed the same since the NX-01. Yep. Which TNG cast members acting impressed you the most for this last episode? That's a good question. Data and Picard, I think. Riker was very Riker. Actually, Troy did a pretty good job. Marion Sturgis did a pretty good job. So did Geordi. They all did really good. I don't know who impressed me the most. That's a good question, though. If Doug's still like that slender pixie, that's his problem. So, who was the last Borg Queen? She kind of sounded like Janeway. So, who was the last Borg Queen? She sounded like Janeway. I don't think she sounded like Janeway at all. And it was Alex Krieg's voice, but a different actress in the actual makeup. So, or maybe they are leaving a Captain Shaw mystery for a possible spin-off. Sure. Anyone know the best scale of the new Titan models? I have original 1/650 scale, but none of the new stuff will match the scale. Don't know, Tyler. They would have had to build very quickly to protect Earth. Yeah, and they would have used all the resources, plus all the resources of Vulcan, Talar, Andor. They all would have pitched in, right? So, was it destroyed though? I mean, they went through the shields and like started to and they even said, it's destroyed. It's destroyed the Earth defenses now. But so I think maybe. Do you think Ensign Jack will insert his board probe into 7 and Raffi on the boards? That's really dirty. I wonder if a lot of Starfleet admirals were killed when Space Dock shields fell. That is the only thing I can think of to explain Beverly being promoted to admiral after being away for 20 years. And Space Dock might be fully operational on the inside. I bet Space Dock wasn't entirely destroyed and just repaired. Could be. Peter Lukaku, $11. This was a perfect post-Nemesis episode. It concludes the story we hung on Nemesis. Eric Martin, Stewart, I don't know. Oh, Patrick Stewart gets a lot of praise for his acting, but I think Frakes just killed it this season, and the actor who played Shaw as well. I tried to zoom in, and I think the registry number of the Syracuse is NCC 17744. It's not 100% clear. We'll figure that out probably tomorrow. I like Gates really showed great emotion during the point where she thought she had killed Jack. I think Space Dock was disabled, having punched through the shields but not destroyed. Her Space Dock wasn't destroyed. Its shields failed and it took heavy damage, but it wasn't destroyed. Maybe the Enterprise G, just a lean light of staffing, but still heavy combat systems, while still being heavy science and engineering and cargo systems, but packaged unless. Wow. Marina Sirtis absolutely killed it and totally redeemed herself for taking the con in Generations. Someone got Beverly. Foley just said he liked Marina Sirtis' performance. He must have been replaced by a changeling. I can like a performance of somebody that I don't like. If they do a good job, they're going to get praise. I'm not going to be a hypocrite and say, I don't like her, therefore everything she does is shit. That's not at all the case. Star Trek Origins, dipshit from Chicago. Generation Productions. Okay, all good. Trekyards. I guess my mind was going to when the Admiral Janeway got assimilated. Yeah, I didn't once hear Janeway. I don't understand that at all. But William Levetts. It would be a waste to not do a show after this. Focus on Enterprise G crew and her missions forward. Loved episode 10, but thought the resolution was a bit rushed. I think it was fine. I'm glad it didn't get stretched out, honestly. Don't know if we'll get another season of Orville, but I know there's a Galaxy Quest series happening. Yeah, they've been saying that for a while. I think it is actually in development now, though, so. How many admirals would have been fired or being so damn fucking hubris about and activating they failed the fleet formation system? Angry Canadian says, I was really hoping Janeway stole Voyager and swept in to save Picard with her quote, "You're not the only one to kick her ass." But that would have taken all the fucking glory away from the TNG cast. This was a TNG send-off. I knew they weren't going to do that. Terry did great. All things aside of Terry sometimes being a bit thin-skinned, blocking people for honest critiques, this was the perfect send-off, and I want more, but if this is it, I'm satisfied. Right there with you, Genevieve. I love just about everything except the new captain and commander. That feels really forced. I love Galaxy Quest, but to me it would be another Orville with more humor and brevity. The newer space dock could have been another space dock from a different, less important sector, towed to Earth and renamed. Where did you get the Admiral's badge? I got this sent to me from one of our channel members, Raymond Anders. And how is the quality? It's very good. It's a very good batch. Right sublet. I love the 2 Henry V Egg at Court speeches by 7. Great stuff. Peter Lukaku, 550. Trekyards has a lot of work ahead of them. It seems the franchise coming back is a blessing for you guys. Absolutely. We started Trekyards before there was any new Trek on the horizon. Way before Discovery was announced. So, yes, it has been. Nobody made it for me, Fleet Pa. Raymond Anders bought one for himself and bought one for me and sent it to me. Andy Clinton, I look forward to the Titan A Enterprise G engineering section with a warp core. Tristan says, so they killed the queen, but she has revenge. Bill Barkley, loved how they all looked at Beverly after the strafing run on the cube. Yeah. How is Starfleet going to deal with the 11,000 Starfleet officers with PTSD? It's a good question. I thought the same thing. Very traumatic. Dr. Rock, awesome. How could they not build on the momentum that they've gotten from Picard? Well, Paramount's notoriously bad. Paramount CBS is notoriously bad for making awful fucking decisions. So that's how. Jeddick Productions. Wait. Canadians have anger and can be rude. Well, there goes my thoughts on the nicest people. Yep, it's true. We can be dickbags. Australia is not real. Just ask a flat earther. Throws in $5. Australian. Never a fan of the last episodes. They always suck. Well, there you go. Angry Canadian. LOL. I wasn't being rude. I didn't say you were being rude. Did I? What was that last thing you said, Angry Canadian? Oh, Janeway. Yeah. No, I didn't think you were being rude. Tristan, I have done far worse than kill you. I've hurt you. And I want to go on hurting you. I shall leave you as you left me, as you left her, marooned for all eternity in the center of a dead planet, buried alive. Buried alive. God. I've been here from the beginning of Steelyards. Steelyards. That final week, what did you think of using the Shakespeare quote in Picard's Last Toast? Thought it was great. I love that they used a Shakespeare quote from Patrick Stewart. I thought it was great. If we got a scan of the badge, I wonder if it would be easy to print. I'm sure it would be. Tommy Stone, is that an F-14 Tomcat to your right? It is. It is the Sky Striker, the recently released HasLab G.I. Joe Sky Striker, which I have a video of on the Captain Play personal channel. Zach, why would they have a cook when they have replicators, and a cook wouldn't get flight training in the real military? Well, it's not the real military, it's Starfleet. First of all, you can't compare the two. Second of all, he had a career path and changed it, obviously, but still wanted to be in Starfleet. And all the ships have had chefs on board for special occasions, for whatever. Just because you have a replicator doesn't mean you're replicating everything. You have special occasions, you have, I mean, it's just a thing. So why is that a big fucking hang-up for people? I don't get it. Talk Media. I have heard rumors of a TNG reboot from a few different websites. I hope not. It's all rumors. Jeff W., why do you think they update the comm badge to gold? Maybe a more upbeat look, because it's how it should have been from the beginning, because the all silver and gray looked like shit and was muddy and got lost. So I'm glad they upgraded them. I think Terry Metalis realized that, and that's why they made it look better. Mark says, I wish they would have made a way for O'Brien to make an appearance. He's been around since Encounter at Farpoint. He has indeed. Dustin D, having a cook on a Starfleet ship can be handy because not everyone wants to replicate food. Exactly. Ben Hedges loved it, especially when the Enterprise flew right into the middle of the Death Star. Classic for real. Fun. Absolutely true fact. Did you know that every time a pug snores, it gives everyone watching good luck? There you go. Yeah, it's like every time a bell rings, an angel gets its wings. Every time a pug snores, you all get good luck. Sean O'Sullivan, you don't think Canadians can get angry? Guess you've never seen Foley at a Maple Leafs game. Haha, funny, Sean. He wants me to get angry because I hate hockey. But okay. When's Strange New Worlds out? June 15th. Joseph Barbado. Oh, LOL. Autocorrect to Steelyards from Trekyards. Peter Lukaku, 550. Never thought a Galaxy class is so maneuverable. Also, nice respect for Anton. Yes. Though Space Dock was destroyed, I was surprised it was able to hold on for as long against the fleet. That was a pretty brutal bombardment, yeah. Bradley Thomas, I felt the ending of Picard was too similar to the ending of Return of the Jedi with the Death Star run. Bill Barkley, by the way, we never did hear Seven's word as they engage, but in Strange New Worlds trailer, Spock said something like, let's go. He says, I want the ship to go. Now. The scene between Picard and Jack was superb. It's superb. Cameron Keane puts in $5 Australian. Thank you so much. As bad as season 1 and 2 were, they did allow Picard to overcome his demons and save Earth. The whole 3 seasons make sense together. Not bad in the end. Agreed. Eric Martin, I'd love to see a movie read through as Captain gets into some of the scenes. I still got to do a script read with Matt Boardman for Top Gun. That'll be fun. Mark Lawrence, $2. President Chekhov was quite the pleasant surprise. Indeed. Ben Hedges, also the cook, said he had to go back to Earth to sort out his brother's hernia. Wouldn't a hernia take like 30 seconds to fix and check? He said he had to go back and take care of the deli because of his brother's hernia. His brother could just be a whiny little bitch and got the hernia fixed and just like, it still hurts. Oh, fine, fine, I'll come home and take care of the deli. You don't know what kind of interpersonal, like, family problems they have, so. Captain seemed like a captain who would love eating real food. Exactly. Shannon O'Sullivan, pay no attention. We got this covered. And a dry freaking robot. They claim something. Yeah, they're full of shit. Tyler, night, Captain Foley, and chat until the next live stream. Second star to the right and straight on until morning. See you later, Tyler. Fucking epic is all I can say. We finally see the Galaxy class go beast mode. What do we get if a pug farts? Well, in that case, you get, like, ultimate health and wellness. Are you legally allowed to hate hockey as a Canadian? Yes. Because fuck hockey. Classic for real. Strange New World Season 2 finale will be Control coming back with the alien construct powered by the Borg Queen and Badgie to take over all of Starfleet, and only the Enterprise is left to save the day. Comply is Seven's word. Initiate warp. Comply. Yeah. Has anyone ever tried any of the Star Trek wines or spirits you can buy online? I have not, unfortunately, but a lot of people have. Seven blatantly said resistance is futile. The son of Chekhov was an excellent Easter egg and nod. Let's trek the yard, 7 of 9. Love it. Generation Productions. I think Seven's line was the same as JJ Pike. Punch it. Falcon Spirit. The Titan was rebuilt into the A, and the A was rechristened in the Enterprise G. Does that mean Lower Deck spoiled it when it showed up, and the Packlids shout, "Oh no, it's another Enterprise coming in"? I mean, yeah, they're not wrong. Mark Lawrence, $2. Those Earth Space Dock shield upgrades lasted just long enough. Dr. Rock Awesome, what would be the single thing that you would be looking forward to in Strange New Worlds? Well, the thing I'm really looking forward to this season is the crossover with Lower Decks. Jeff Mal, space docks are never that easy to destroy. They are as well armed as DS9, even more so it would take a while to weaken its defenses. It absolutely would, yes. Peter Lukaku, $5.50. Why was it so easy for Picard to disconnect his son? I don't say it was super easy. The Queen was hobbled and effectively not super strong, couldn't hold on to Jack. There's a lot of reasons. General Grievous, hopefully Seven's warp word isn't what she asked Harry Kim in the mess hall on Voyager. Emergency gourmet hologram module after Neelix. Cap, where did you get the comm badge? I don't know. Raymond Anders, one of our viewers, sent it to me. You say Tyler, and my ears perked up for a second. I keep forgetting there's a dude here named Tyler besides me. Does it seem that Starbase 1 was never added to the fleet formation program? Yeah, why would it be? BJ says, I love seeing a cook in Starfleet. The Royal Navy's career website promotes culinary specialists as an occupational rating. Bloody Buckets. I don't know about the choice of the Enterprise G, but what do you think? I hated it. I was really disappointed to see that the Titan was renamed the G. I think the Titan deserved to continue being the Titan and a new ship be the G. Any speculation on what Seven said to go to warp? Engage? Thoughts? I have no idea. You're a cook. To open me a can of whoop ass for your maneuver. It's going to be go, then now. Go, now. I can see Seven saying that. I like that. Ming W. Lee. Fun fact, the actress who played as a joined trill when she retakes the bridge with Seven, it was said by the actress herself. The actress who played as a joined shrill when she retakes the bridge with Seven, it was said by the actress. What was said by the actress herself? Gabriel Canada throws in $2. Star Trek cooking show as a spin-off or short trek. Short trek. No, punch it. No, go. No, engage. No. No old shit and comply. It's just too on the nose. No Captain Line will ever be as good as Let's Fly. Oh, I thought Seven would say proceed. Proceed with much haste. Fleetpaw says that was the Titanic's chief medical officer, the Titan's chief medical officer, Dr. Oak. Northwest Rail fan, pretty neat that they never got a cast member from every past series except Enterprise. We kind of knew Q wasn't dead. I reckon he only said that to Picard that he was moving on to someone else. Possibly. Rick Cassell III throws in $5. Decent send-off for TNG. Should have been season 1. I did need to see Data die again. Seven's line, do it. Yeah, Code Black, let's fly. I love Michael's command phrase. Fun will now commence. No, it's warp will now commence. That's what it is. That's good. The Queen only had a few drones left to power, and her power was hobbled. She needs hundreds of thousands of drones to be effective. Why didn't the Borg take over space dock, an entire planet, no one under 25 that used the transporter? Dr. Rock, does Picard make Star Trek Online better canon? No, it fucks up Star Trek Online's canon, but whatever. Bill Barkley, that's it. Seven's line is going to have to be a poll tomorrow on the breakdown. Sure. The moment that Titan A got rechristened as Enterprise G was priceless, yet I still plan to update my fan-made version of the Connie 3 class ship. Yes, you said that a few times now, Donnie. Did the up get destroyed? It's not clear. Possibly. Eric Martin, gotta go, Cap. I'm fading fast. See you later, Eric. Jeff Mao, I didn't even like the new Titan looking so different from the previous one. I still think it's looks kit-bashed as hell. BJ Turan, $2. Star Trek Titan would be a great name for a new show. It would be. William Livette, a new ship definitely should have been the G, but I'm still glad she ended up being a Neo Constitution. Did anyone get a Death Star X-Wing run feel from the D's Cube run? No, I got a Millennium Falcon Return of the Jedi run feel. Just finished the episode. Anyone else feel sad afterwards? Sure, the season had some downs, but overall I thought it was awesome. And I still feel like I said goodbye to an old friend, probably forever. Yeah, but it was a good goodbye, you know? I never liked the new Titan. It looked too different from the previous one. Plus, the ship looked kit-bash as hell. I hate it being the Enterprise G. All right. Eat up all the fruit and drink up all the wine. Warp speed. Remaining stationary is futile. Warp velocity will now commence. There you go. Peter Lukaku, $5.50. I think Terry went out of his way to screw Trekyards and make you guys panic with all the material you have to cover. Disagree. A new show named Titan would be awesome. However, it should be an animated show with Riker. Andrew Hess. Anyone else catch the TNG opening credit nebula at the beginning? Yes. Okay, do I really have to explain Q and the thing here? Nope, you don't, because I already did. Just 1 second, I'll be right with you guys. Sorry about that. I thought I heard something. But alas, I did not. Dot, lay down. Oh. Just remember, pugs are good luck, especially when they snore, yes. Burley was promoted to Admiral, but was wearing Commodore pips. I guess they ran out of pips. Is it leave it or love it, William? Andy Clinton, what type of ship was the original Titan? Was the original Titan a mid-level tier ship or a frontline battlecruiser? It was an explorer, essentially. 7 fly, Felicia. Though the Titan was going to be renamed USS Picard at first, I would have preferred that. I would have preferred that also, but do you think the entire Borg collective was dead? I believe this was one ship with one queen, closest to the Federation. That there are other cubes and queens unaffected by Janeway's virus. No, I think they're all pretty much annihilated, as we kind of saw in Prodigy. They're very hobbled at this point in time. And that was actually the Unimatrix hub that she was on, not a cube, apparently. So I know someone else said it, but after the battle, pretty much everyone in Starfleet should have PTSD. Even Shaw talked about having PTSD after Wolf 359. Yes. Young crew killing their superiors, their friends, their mentors on the ships. Yeah, it's going to be some problems there. At least they didn't call it the USS Metallus, I suppose. Tristan Mendoza. Okay, look. Remember how Q said how linear you people think? He can be pre-Farpoint Q, and he can change his appearance. So how do you know it isn't another Q? It's the same Q, it's just non-linear, so it doesn't really matter. Did you listen to Ferrick's podcast? Clone Star just announced have the dipshit from Chicago on tomorrow. Nice. Ren BR. This means that now they are only Girardi Collective. Does this mean that only Girardi Collective is out there? Pretty much, yes. The first Titan, the NCC 1777, was a Shangri-La class. Yes, commanded by Savick, Captain Savick. Waltke confirmed all of the Prodigy crew were over 25 by the time Picard. Yes. General Grievous, I wonder how much Terry informed the Prodigy writers of his intentions with the Borg. They say they talk to each other, so. Joseph Barbato, can someone drop a link for your shirt there, Cap? No, they can't right now. There's actually working on a store where you can get these. But I'll be doing a live specifically about this because I got this one and I got a hoodie. They're really cool shirts, and I'll have like a catalog you guys can peruse and stuff, and they can order directly from the source. So I remember the time between Generations and First Contact, and the rumors it would be another galaxy. Someone said it would be the nebula. The Titan is like a nebula, not hero material. Great final curtain call, but it was comforting. Do you think you will become younger to match Jack? No, I do not. Bill Barkley, where was the USS Foley during the events of Episode 10? In the museum. Like inside one of the top part of the museum, where all the important ships are kept. Tristan Mendoza, it could be Q's kid or another Q appearance as simplistic as the linear time thing. There you go. Trek Talk Media, the USS Foley is an awesome looking ship. Thank you, but you don't have to kiss my ass. You can tell me how it is. A lot of people don't like it, so it's fine. Thank you. If you do like it, truly like it, thank you. Generation Productions, Trekyards. Could they continue and bring Q back or regenerate him into a new form or version like the Time Lords with from Doctor Who? I mean, I don't know. Probably. Like, you can do whatever they want. I don't think Q actually died in season 2, first of all. So even if he did, just because he died then doesn't mean that he can't be in the future with Jack, because Q is non-linear. So he can be anywhere, anytime. He could, like, bug Jack till Jack's old and gray and still be the same Q that died in season 2 if he did in fact die. So what do you think of Seven's engage command was? We talked about this a few times already. It's very likely like initiate warp, comply, or something. Warp will now commence. There you go. It's genuine. Thank you, Trek Talk Media. Ooh, I'm starting to get a real pain in my back. God damn. I like the Foley class so much, I bought one for my stash to build. Ooh, thank you, right. Tristan says, hey, double dumbass on you, Captain Foley. Hey, you said I could just say it. It was nice to see Troy piloting the Enterprise D without crashing the ship. LOL, so curious. She didn't actually pilot the ship, but okay. Data was still flying. She went to the console to activate the transporter and get a lock on and show Data where they were so that he could like sweep in. She's not going to take over from Data. Like, come on. I do feel for Laris. Kind of shitty to do that. Yeah, I agree. USS Foley was on a vintage ship tour on Vulcan. A ship that keeps on going and going and going and going, like the battery promo. Bradley Thomas. Honestly, it would have been much cooler if John Delancey's son Keegan showed up to torment Jack at the end. Disagree. Peter Lukaku, member for 25 months at the rank of ensign. Thank you, Peter Lukaku. But you didn't say anything. Weird. Olivia May Julius throws in $5. What do you think of the Alcar startup sequence and shutdown sequence? Do you like the little animation? Yes, I do. Classic for real. Foley, do you know anything about the rumor of the new show? It will feature the USS Metallus delivering the remains of the Chieftain Metallus to Metallus 5 in Star Trek Metallus. Great. Gib, I am so glad that what they gave us was the Borg. And the Borg was not anything I was expecting, and it makes sense too. Did you happen to see the USS Drexler dedication plaques, especially the Beans Magical Fruit? Yes. Yeah. Q is a god. He literally can see the entire universe in seconds. When you understand chaos mathematics, you understand that time is an artificial construct. From what we heard, Johnson didn't want to do any more acting, but I can't remember where. Peter Lukaku throws in $5.50. Great close-ups of the Enterprise D. You swear you can see someone hooking up in the windows. Too much detail. Yeah, the interior detail was pretty good. Did anyone mention the Borgified opening logo? Nobody did. The Enterprise D was, well, the Titan was replaced by the Enterprise D, and yes, there was the... Laris, Alexander, the dog, and Riker's kids are working on Chateau Picard producing this sour mead. I'm still stoked we're getting the return of more normal-looking Klingons in Season 2 of Changing Worlds. Their uniforms are even reminiscent with the TOS Klingon uniforms. I can't wait. Love the Enterprise D flying in the opening logo. Yes. Did you happen to see the dedication plaque for the USS Drexler? The quote on the plaque reads, Beans, a magical fruit. I want it to validate at the beginning. Yeah, I read that one already. Dr. Rock, awesome. Yeah, I forget who asked Doug what the plaque should be for, or what the slogan should be for the USS Drexler, and he's like, Beans, a magical fruit. It's great. Let's see. We have 258 people here and 419 likes. Holy shit. Can we hit 430 likes? We only need 11 more. If you're one of the 11 people that haven't hit the like button, maybe give it a tap. I would really appreciate that. They were excursion jackets, yes. Did you think they would retcon Core, Kolith, and Kang to be TNG era Klingons? To be TNG era Klingons. Don't know what you mean, turd. They were in DS9, so. Do you think they'll add the D intro to the classic TNG episodes on Paramount Plus? They might. A god to us mere mortals. Seriously, a god is a concept that most people can understand is leaps and bounds above us. It doesn't say that he's the god. I said a god, a powerful being beyond us. Yeah, of course. Let's hit 420. 420. Well, we're already past 420, though. Beautiful tribute to Anton Munchen, having the president as Anton Chekhov. Indeed, I love that. All right, well, honestly, guys, I think I'm going to call it. My back is starting to kill me. I'm getting old, and I need to wrap it up, I think. So this has been lovely, and I realize I'm ending a little early because I started early. I expected this to go for like 3 hours, but I mean, I'm sure I could hobble on for another hour, but I'm honestly in pain. That being said, I'm feeling a lot better. My cold is gone. My sore throat is gone. I got a little bit of a cough and some phlegm occasionally that's kind of holding on, but other than that, I feel so much better. So thanks for asking. And yeah, it's just my back for some reason. It's just killing me right now. Maybe I'm having a heart attack. I don't know. I had some chest pain earlier. Just had a bit of a stab of chest pain now, and I got this lower back thing. And my friend Mike Mueller, I was best friends with in high school, he died from a widowmaker heart attack like 8 years ago now. He was 6 months younger than me, and it started like the night before. He had like this severe pain in his back. I'm not saying I'm going to have a heart attack, but if I do, just putting it out there that this would be an epic thing to have online. Should I have a heart attack and die? I'm not going to. I don't even know why I said that. That's not even funny. But, it just kind of came on suddenly, that's all. Quick, someone called Dr. Crusher. Peter Lukaku, $2.20. Quadricore Snipe. Persephone says, seriously, Foley, I'm a doctor. Okay, well, I hope I'm okay. Thank you for the... Scan me with your tricorder, see if I'm all right. Tristan, I'm 50 and I shall never die. Ooh. Classic for real. Foley, I'm worried you might have had COVID. Legal. For real. Legit for real. I don't have COVID. I didn't have COVID. You're fine. Your health is more important. My friend, get that heating pad out tonight and let it do its magic. Yeah, heating pad is something that Sylvia uses way more often than me, so... You're okay. Heart attacks are intense. Persephone, just hit me up. We can discuss what's going on. I don't want you having a heart attack. Legit, for real, I don't either. But I have no way to contact you, so I don't know how to... Thank you. I'm sure I'm fine. Like I said, my friend Mike, he was complaining about a really severe sore back, so he went to bed. And he just didn't wake up. Actually, no, he did wake up. Sorry. I was thinking of something else. He had a really legit sore back the night before, got up, went to work the next day, and then died in his truck with his foot on the brake. He was checking on... He was a water management guy, and police officer drove by, saw his truck at like 6 a.m. with the brake lights on, and then drove by another like half an hour later the opposite direction, and still the truck was there with the brake lights on. So the cop investigated, and yeah, he had a widowmaker and died at in the seat of his truck. Like, anyway. Bradley Thomas, use your ECG function on your Apple Watch. Dun 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 dun. Should. After 50, everything goes downhill. A Swiss comedian had that on a t-shirt on a show he was on. Atypical presentations do happen. This is getting dark. Persephone, contact me and I'll have the lithium crystals. And I have the lithium crystals. Go to the ER, get an EKG and cardiac enzymes run. Hopefully it's nothing. If you feel fear, you can't shake it, go to the ER. Yeah, I'm not going to go to the ER. Last time, like what, 4 or 5 years ago, me and Sylvia were out on a date. We were, yes, I know we've been together for a long time, but we're still dating. You still go on dates, right? And I'm like, I'm having chest pains, a tightness in my chest. I should go to the hospital. Fine, we go to the hospital. I'm there for 6 fucking hours. I would rather have a heart attack than go to the hospital and fucking sit there for 6 hours. Mind you, when you go in and you say you're having chest pains, they get you right in. They do a whole bunch of shit, but then you sit there and you wait, and you wait, and you wait. And it's just not worth my time, honestly. But yeah, I think it's just back pain. I think it's just, yeah. Anyway. That being said, this was a fantastic series finale. This was not even just a season finale. This was a series finale for Picard, and it was great. And we're only 5 likes away. We're 445. Let's try to get to 450. Let's get 450. That's 5 more likes. Great way to end out. But yeah, let's get another 5 likes, and then I think I'll wrap it up here. Nice license plate in the background. Thank you. Be glad you're not in the U.S. It would wait 6 hours and get a mega bill. Yeah, everything's free as far as that goes here, but yeah, well, I don't have to worry about paying for any tests. So, but yeah. 5 more likes. 5 more likes. 5 more likes. We hit it. 454. That's awesome. Persephone says, I'm sure you'll be fine. It's probably exhaustion and nerves. If you're sitting, if you're sitting, then it's good news. Otherwise, it'd be a cath lab in 30 minutes and under protocol. Okay, I don't know what that means, but yeah, I'll be fine. I'll be fine. It's stretching out. Oh, that actually felt good. All right. Enterprise G was an awful idea, but whatever. Yeah, I agree. I was really disappointed to see the Titan renamed to the Enterprise G. I thought that was kind of stupid, honestly. People have been asking me about this. This, I said, was sent to me by one of the viewers, Raymond Anders, who sends me stuff quite often. And this is the Picard Admiral comm badge thingy. It's kind of small, but it's the same size as it is on the show. So, I mean, it's great. It's got a magnetic clasp. Caution. Magnetic. It says caution, magnetic. I don't know why it says caution, but anyway, there it is. I got this one for when I do Mando reviews, which I haven't been wearing lately, but it's also magnetic. But it's the Trekyards Delta with the Mudhorn sigil thing. So anyway, thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate you guys. Oh, this chair is fucking awful to sit in for a long time. I need a better chair for sure. It says caution because if you have a pacemaker. Gotcha. Anyway, I will call it there, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Tune in tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for a complete review and breakdown and to see whether I'm still alive. It's probably going to be a long one. I mean, last week's was 3 hours, 3.5 hours, I think. Well worth it, though, with a lot to discuss. And so if you can make it, please do. We'd really appreciate it. We want to see you guys there. We want your input. We want your thoughts. And yeah, by all means, join us if you're able to, just because. Peter Lukaku, $2.20. You can't wear that. You're not an admiral. Yeah, but here I am wearing it, you know. Grant McGregor, $20. Take a drink for the back pain before you go to bed. Ooh, yeah. 800 milligrams of Advil. Hey, I have Advil too. Yeah, I also have some Robax for my sore back because I get a sore lower back all the time. But I will take a shot, which is probably against doctor's orders. Persephone is probably like, no. It's crack and spice rum. It can't be bad for me. But cheers, and that's Grant. Yeah, Grant McGregor. Thank you so much, Grant. Dun 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 dun. I just need to take. And a chaser of Coke. Perfect. I'm going to say a word because I drink my Advil. I'm not going to say a word because I drink my Advil with my shots. I'm going to go take Advil right now, honestly. But thank you guys so much for watching. As I said, by all means, tune in tomorrow, and by all means, check out all the edited content we have coming out this weekend and all next week. It'll be a fun one. And next weekend, not this upcoming weekend, but the weekend after, we're doing a Trekyards retrospective, where you guys get to determine how much we drink and how much we get drunk as we talk about this season in its entirety. So please join us for that as well. So until next time, I'm Captain Foley, and you guys are absolutely awesome. Bye, everybody.